Welcome to Judge of Ghana TV. Akwa Baba, Judge of Ghana TV. The title of today's episode was inspired by the book Things Fall Apart by Chinua Achebe, the Nigerian author who was born on 16 November 1930 and died on 21st March 2013. He actually died in Boston, Massachusetts. And the main lesson from his book, Things Fall Apart, is that change is inevitable and that it is important to be open to new ideas and new ways of life. The main character, Okonko, he refused to accept change, and that was his downfall. So, as inspired by the words of the book and the words of Chinua Achebe, today's title is Things Fall Apart in Ghana. To begin with, we will listen to Prophet Isaac Revelation. Take a listen to this, and after this, we'll come back and carry on.
Now, you need to crack.
Yengiri your home bonfire because and now machimi bonfire or so than a debidi a chreme. 67 young bonfire
67. Okay.
67.
Okay. It's no matter.
67. Age 67.
Okay.
Next year, Oberwa 68 mu. So for penny 67. Next year, Oberwa 68 mu.
Number 3 year no age normal age and also your software.
So for penny
ni pa.
Yengiri yahu embompaye.
Ya mompaye ade ni besie.
Esum kabi. Edru. Esum kabi. It's around.
Ne bre na edru ana obi na pese twa ne nkwana so.
Ni bre waye djuma wabod
de waye
djuma pa.
Na da no so frɛ no. Say o ma obi a 70 ni akire o. And o mani twa ne.
Wabod djuma pa.
Adwuma pa
nasu waye djuma pa.
Jo.
Nasu.
Ya mompaye obekɔ.
O say na de ne 67. No hon 67. No hon 80. 80 no eye obia oti akonya bi so 80 years a Ghana flag no ye de afa ne ho.
Hey, so a member of a state
80 years a ye de Ghana flag afa ne ho. Eduakese bi a ya tro 85 ewo ho. Enu so betu
odi for dey na ekoso e na se e mompaye
yanyire ye ho embompaye
odi for wa huntumi ntwam nko a
ye betumi atwam se nipa no ohu ne ho na otoa na mo
jo okay sunsun adwuma no nipa na nkasa na montuo ya na hia wo
se eba no about life
nkwa
anamoto ho hia
wa ho nipa no
yes
ye bompa ye pia okra o ese wankasa so ye brebi
sanetene
ha odi for mo ages ya wabo nyina e boni bi no madi de na ekoso
okay 80 85 67 and 57
numbers a hu ye no
numbers a me hu wo wiem this arrow eda omosuni mpamcho mumaye mbompaye
owo bofo esa wo mo
on say na de nete but it was sent yes smile Yesumaye. Eye adia obi atnasi. Aye. Eye projection.
Hey.
Mumma yem bompaye. 80. 85. 80. 80. Akonya kesiye so. Ena Ghana flag.
Efa home.
85. Edua kesiye. Titi dua. A eti ho. Aye fosu etu nase.
Kedua ni si ho.
On say na de
Ye fosu etu ase.
Ye fosu etu ase.
Ana si titi dua dada.
Yes. Mumma yem bompaye.
Ade okay obi picture ba mani so na wi amabusa ha yem fana mem.
On say na de nete. Mumma yem bompaye.
Ajo.
Now who said there is a meeting going on in the third realm? Meeting be a coso in the third realm. Third realm.
Okay.
First one, second one, third one.
Okay.
When we say empenyifo esinkunya. Na asemo mu kenye. Election way. Dia edam wakuma so, dia edam wakuma so. Enye dia osuro agiatum.
Ene ye behwe se beba.
Also na dia nete.
Surprises beba.
Yes. Enye dia edam wakuma so. Ene osuro agitum. Be nipa efforce. Nipa efforce. Nipa efforce. Nipa ye dia sese onye. Na sa nipa kro no embetra konya no so. Do you know the reason why? Listen, nyame do Ghana. Nyame do on my Ghana.
Jo
O catch me play and play far.
se me do Ghana.
Se me do Ghana.
Wo hunu nyame pen.
Me do Ghana.
Wo ko hunu he.
Se me do Ghana.
Nyame kasa cho.
Se me do Ghana.
En da bay.
Se me do Ghana.
Orifo a che.
Se me do Ghana.
Jo.
Osu akasa. Se odo Ghana. Ghana enkrofo bi atena ase. Now more come wabum. Now listen. And in Brazil, nipa enye very very careful. A D4 bebre, a D4 bebre ben wom. Me na me catch you.
So omo se nkomo ana.
Yes. Se omo di omo paibo ata obi echi ama na betra konya bi so. Me catch you. O D4 bebre. Omo ho ba be kire omo. O D4 bebre. Omo ho ba be kire omo. Osuro aye meeting. Now someone can we are not in agreement. We are not in agreement. Esa se miakasa me hunu die obabe.
Tina o mani mu a.
Yes,
e be die Ghana. E be boa Ghana.
E be boa Ghana. Na so mu die. Mu se de bi mu na mu sim mu hene.
Ti osoro o person che se wa horo ne nsa.
Osoro nsanim
election we. Wa twe ne ho.
Me na me catch you.
Odifo na nsa de enye ye se bi ohun ye mobo. No a emfa de ade nipa epetumi sesa nyame pa na.
Enye krom ha na wo na wo ti se ensuo. Yesi ensuo a committee.
Yesi moti ensuo ni ade ehyehyie a oma committee a kire se we mu ne ye de ne ba ne ye beto aba ne bi so agum.
Wo ya wo se nyankopon na yesum no ye mununku nyankopon.
Oye jealous God.
Oye jealous God.
What nunkum.
Yes.
Ti ayo.
Adia ni nsangwum. On pese adifu frodi ni nsambeka.
Okay, ne fimba hwan ade ahye no.
On se na ade ne te.
Hey, orifo ni ya wasembo ni po.
Yes.
De wa kan me yam hye me ages ana wo bo no wo bo 80, 85, wo bo 57, 67.
57, 67. 80, 85.
Orifo de ama me yam hye ne say Ukom se so kan ya na ba mu na da papa bi be comment say ade ya wuntwam o kan ya na yem hye ba kwa don ko de no aye di 1 week no.
Oh, okay.
O kan se obe free mu na obe free mu ansa na ya to aba no orifo no no hunu de ade watch them so obi ante
se na community asa na tene
je hu ye na abe kan ye
je me hu ye na me kan
na o go straight to the point.
Yes.
Woye amanyoni.
Yes.
Wo sa bo se maame na so yo ba.
On se na de no
sa so odi animu. Key words we do kofa free hen.
Eye nyame sunsum na na edima. Nyame sunsum na na edima.
Edin de also show ho so mo.
On se na de no te. Nyame sunsum na na edima.
ti we na waka na yɛmhyehyɛ aba wo difo.
Let's wait. A time is coming. Devina. Yena yedi Devina besi akonya so.
I will say David bi or you oba.
Yes.
Okay, na you asem pa. Some we kan ya cho.
Yes.
And you will repeat.
Yes.
Osi nyame a reject NPP and DC. Si so ma yen so.
Nyame wa reject NPP ni NDC.
Okay.
Me da so ka kyerɛ. Nyame a repeat a kyerɛ. Say NDC and NPP wa reject you. The reason why ecophobia come side.
Dinja.
Enu ni asem no. Ye baba ho.
Tu so osisi obi de naba.
Devina
Oyo oba.
Oyo oba.
Na opese bi mani nsan ye maame nom. Oba betimi abedi Ghana kunyin.
Aden.
Mani nsan won de ebi nsan.
Oba bedi Ghana kunyin.
Yade da ho.
Yes. Sunsum wiase.
The truth of the matter is that partisan politics has failed Ghana. New Patriotic Party, MPP, National Democratic Congress, you have failed Ghana. What say dear Sofu Ikai? I will speak in English and translate what he said in English for those who don't understand the Twi language. This man of God said that he had seen that a senior man of God or pastor, the age is 67 now, and next year he'll be 68 years. He has seen that there are a number of people, including this man of God. He saw 4 people with varying ages. But he said the first one was a senior pastor who the arrow of death or the angel of death is at its door. There's a darkness around him or around them, these 4 persons. And he said the first one is a senior pastor, 67 at the moment. Next year, he's going to be 68. And then the next one is an 80-year-old man. And he said this man is covered with the flag of Ghana. Next, he mentioned that he saw that an old, big, great tree representing a man was being forcibly uprooted, removed. And then he also said there's another person who's 57 years old at the moment. These are all notable people in Ghana he's referring to. He has deliberately not mentioned the names because in public. And he says all these people it's something that a group of people have done, a projection they've done that they want to take away these 4 persons, these 4 notable people here in Ghana. They want them to be unalived. So he says, though you pray for God to have mercy and move the spirit of death away, when it involves persons, the person must also be in agreement with you, must be aware of the situation, and must also pray or engage with the man of God so that prayers can be made and they can also do their parts. They have to be parts. You can't do it on behalf of them. That was his insight. He also went to say that there has been a meeting in the third realm, that's in heaven, the highest of heavens, and the meetings there are with the people who decide things that happen on earth. And what the great people are saying in the spiritual realm, who control the earth, is that they don't have a hand. Heaven does not have a hand and is not in agreement with the shenanigans that are going on in this upcoming election on 7 December 2024. According to this man of God, some people have decided to put a particular person on the presidential seat by hook or crook, not in accordance with the will of the Most High God. And he has made it categorically clear that the Most High God has rejected both National Democratic Congress, NDC, and New Patriotic Party. So this is yet another revelation. Hmm? And he said something. He said that God has revealed to him that in the not too distant future, Ghana is going to have its first female president. So this is what this man of God, Prophet Isaac Revelation, said. And now this is what I have to say about this. In 2020, I had this same revelation concerning a female president in Ghana. I had a revelation. Those who know me, I've told them, they know. I had a situation which was a matter of life and death. And while I was in that situation, God took me and showed me what was going to happen in Ghana in the future. So, as I always say, I'm not surprised with what is going on today in Ghana when it comes to the governmental issues, because these things were revealed to me in that situation when I wasn't even in my physical, I wasn't my physical self. And I saw that Ghana is going to have a female president. Another thing that God revealed to me was that in the future, and I have an idea of timeline, but it's not going to be under the current leadership of the Ghana Football Association, the GFA. God revealed to me that in the future, Ghana Black Stars will win the World Cup. It seems very distant. It seems like something that is impossible because of our current situation where everything is upside down. But Ghana is the apple of God's eye. Like what this man, Prophet Revelation, said. God revealed to me that Ghana is his eye. And God revealed to me that though there are going to be turbulence ahead of us, after that, God is going to bless Ghana massively. But we need to make the right choices and put the right leaders in place. And those leaders are not National Democratic Congress or New Patriotic Party. God is not interested in partisan politics because it is divisive, it is vindictive, and it cannot build a nation, a burgeoning economy, a burgeoning country like Ghana. We need unity government. I've been saying it from time immemorial. That's what Ghana needs. And if we don't get it, Ghana is going nowhere fast. Baby yejina ni yejina. So this is my perspective. That is why it was important for me to give you this thing that I saw. I don't know this prophet of God. I've never been to his church. I don't know him from Adam. I just heard his words and it resonated with my spirit because of what God has revealed to me concerning Ghana. So, Ghana is special, There's a special grace upon Ghana for those who don't know because the people of God are in Ghana. Yes. So, anyway, let's move on. The unaliving of notable men in Ghana. I decided to do a search using artificial intelligence, and I put in some information to see what will come up. I had my own suspicions from what the man of God, the prophet Isaac Revelation was saying. I had my own suspicions, but I didn't want to rely on suspicions. I just wanted to see what artificial intelligence will say to me concerning the suspicions that I have. Nti mede details bi share computer no mu. Metwerɛ. Firstly, I started with notable men of God in Ghana alive today, born in 1957. Because sɔfo no say, sɔfo panyin bi a wadi 67 this year. Say, nipa na ambɔ mpaeɛ, na Ghanafoɔ yɛambɔ mpaeɛ a, bia na wɔanya ankoduru 68 years old. Nti, ɛwɔ sɛ nipa no n'aso te na ɔyɛ biribi fa ho, saa sɔfo no. Nti, meyɛɛ search no using artificial intelligence. Edin a ɛde baayɛ yɛ first, Nicholas Duncan Williams, Archbishop. The date of birth here, May 12th, 1957. He's the presiding Archbishop and General Overseer of Action Chapel International. Next person in the Dimba here, Paul Kobna Boafo. His date of birth is September 10th, 1957. His role is 12th presiding bishop of the Methodist Church, Ghana. Inti, say ono nso a ɔmbɔ mpaeɛ na nyame hu no mmɔbɔ na extending a life. Ɛna mede another section mu because we say obi a wedi 80 years. Inti notable men in Ghana alive today, aged 80 years, now in 2024. Ɛno na mede share computer no mu. Artificial intelligence mu ɛna edin a ɛde baayɛ nie. Cause wɔkan biribi ka ho wɔ se nipa no flag of Ghana a foreign no ho. Wɔde akyekyere no ho. Na the flag of Ghana akyekyere no ho. Nti edin a ɛbaayɛ yɛ Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, the current president of the Republic of Ghana. Ɔno ne date of birth yɛ March 29th, 1944. His role is president of Ghana. Nti ɛne deɛ sɔfo no kaeɛ ɛyɛ pɛ. Nti Nana Addo Dankwa sɛ obi nim no a ɔnka nkyerɛ no na ɔnyɛ mpaebɔ sɛ nyame bɛhu no mmɔbɔ na wama no extra years to say King Hezekiah. And deɛ ɔno nso ɔnyɛ ho adwuma. Next, mede saa search wey artificial intelligence mu. Me say notable men in Ghana alive today, aged 85 years, now in 2024. Say ɛnɛ yɛ 1st of December 2024. Meyɛ search no, edin baako na baayɛ John Agyekum Kufuor. The date of birth here, December 8th, 1938. In fact, na me suspect it. Oka 1885, na me suspect it. And I oka Sofo Panyin 67, na me suspect it. And my suspicions are in line with the artificial intelligence results. Enti, so obi nim John Agyekum Kufuor, ɔne ne nkasa, na ɔnka nkyɛn ne sɛ, ɔnyɛ ne kra ho adwuma because ewuo bɛn no. Menim sɛ wɔnyi deɛ, but nyame deɛ, one day yɛ 1,000 years ma no. Nti ɛne deɛ, yɛ na adwene sɛ wɔnyi, but nyame anim deɛ ɔyɛ akɔla ketewa. Nti sɛ nyame ɔbɛtumi abɔ mpae na nyame hu no mmɔbɔ na wa extending the years a, ɔno nso ɔnyɛ ne kra ho adwuma. Next person or next search yɛ notable men of God in Ghana alive today, born in 1967. Na meyɛ search no because saa 1957 they wan hyɛ da nka details bia saa. But me na me say meyɛ notable men of God. Na masan ye notable men in Ghana. Na mahwɛ deɛ ɛbɛba. Nti meyɛ notable men of God no who are born in 1967 no. Edin a ɛbaayɛ first ɛyɛ Doug Hayward Mills, Bishop. Date of birth no yɛ May 14th, 1967. The role is founder and presiding bishop of the United Denominations originating from the Lighthouse Group of Churches. Nti so obi nim no a anaa ɔkɔ n'asɔre a wɔma n'aso nte na deɛ ɔbɛyɛ a nyame bɛhu no mmɔbɔ na wa extend ne years ɛno nso ɔnyɛ ho adwuma. Another name ɛbaayɛ ɛyɛ Eastwood Anaba. Pastor Eastwood Anaba. The date of birth is January 14, 1967. He is the founder and president of Eastwood Anaba Ministries. So obi nso nim Pastor Reverend Eastwood Anaba. Ɔma n'aso nte na ɔno nso nyɛ ne kra ho adwuma ne nyame hu no mmɔbɔ na ɔma no extended years. And I'm saying yes, search. Just notable men in Ghana alive today, born in 1967. Meyɛ no edin baako pɛ na pick it up with artificial intelligence. This time, na ɛyɛ Doug Hayward Mills, Bishop. Ebiom nti so obi nim no a ɔmbɔ no amaneɛ na ɔnyɛ ne kra ho adwuma na nyame hu no mmɔbɔ na extending the years. Nti deɛ sɔfo Prophet Isaac Revelation aka nie sɛ ɛyɛ nokuro ɛyɛ true so obi ɛmfa wo sɛ akwadaa koraa na ɛka kyerɛ wo sɛ woanhwɛ a ɛwuo bɛn wo a me ɛmfa ho nipa koraa a ɔbɛka kyerɛ me saa asɛm no me so obi ka kyerɛ me a me mɛbɔ mpaeɛ afa ho sɛ nyame hu mmɔbɔ because adwuma a mepɛ sɛ meyɛ wɔ wiase menyɛ nwieɛ and I'm sure sɛ ɔmo nyinaa a ɔmo te hɔ no they all want to have longer years so ate aseɛ nti yɛn na ehu sɛ ɔmo anyi but nyame anim deɛ ɔmo yɛ nkɔlaa because nobody is older than the ancient of days who created us. Nti mede besi ha na yɛatoa so. Now let's look at the aftermath after former President John Agyekum Kufuor made a comment in a televised interview. He said that in his opinion, Vice President Baumia is the best. That is what former President Kufuor said. And in a further interview with Alan John Kwadwo Kyerematen on Oyerpa TV, Alan asked the question that what is the criteria? You can't make a carte blanche statement that someone is the best without giving evidence. And it became a whole brouhaha and a whole issue to the point where new patriotic communicators started saying that Alan John Kwadwo Kyerematen of Movement for Change was insulting former President Kufuor, which was clearly not true. They tried to make something out of nothing. Anyway, nyame yɛ adom. Saa mframa no fae, but me no, me a marketing person. I'm both a marketing and procurement expert. Now, they made me aka ne say, any news a ɛba ɛfa nipa ho. Whether good or bad, all news is good news in marketing because sɛ wonim deɛ wɔreyɛ a, you can turn every news, whether good or bad, to your advantage. And I believe this brouhaha concerning Alan John Kwadwo Kyerematen's response to former President Kofo has actually elevated Alan John Kwadwo Kyerematen to the point where people are asking, who is Alan John Kwadwo Kyerematen and what happened that brought him to this situation? And they're looking at his track record and his history, and it's turning in his favor. So, as I said before, in marketing, all news is good news. Let's take a listen and let's watch what happened when Alan met President, former President Kofo after the brouhaha. Take a look at this.
The Royal Dancers of His Majesty 024 to the second. Today we are commemorating the 100th anniversary of the return of 024 Ajiman Pepe the First from exile in Seychelles. We are live on Afrafranto radio and TV. We are live on Afrafranto media on YouTube and Facebook. And on display today are the colorful dancers.
Romans 8:28 says, and we know that for those who love God, all things work together for good, for those who are called according to his purpose. Enti, Alan, nyame ahyira no, ɔne New Patriotic Party for no nam no, te sɛ Bible mu na Joseph ɔne ne brothers, 11 brothers nam no, na ɔno wɔyɛ sononko, ɔnte sɛ ɔmo. Saa na Alan ɔteɛ. Enti, Alan deɛ, ɛbaa ne kasa mu, ne nanteɛ mu, ne ntotoyɛ mu, ɔyɛ different. He's a man of integrity. And he has proved that time and time again. Ɔnkasa kwa. Alan ɔnka asɛm a onim sɛ ɔntumi nyɛ. Sɛ ɔntumi nyɛ a ɔnka. Saa nipa no nyame ɔpɛ n'asɛm. Ɔpɛ obi a odi n'asɛm so. Ɔka nokorɛ. Alan ɔyɛ nokorɛfo. Ɛna wɔnyɛ enibrefo. N'anim bere adeɛ. Nka n'ani bere adeɛ 32 years a ɔne New Patriotic Party for nam. Nka wabɔ korɔ no. Nso obi ntumi nka sɛ wayɛ saa adeɛ no. Nti yɛmbɔ yɛn nsɛm ma Alan no. Wɔyɛ papa. Alan John Kwadwo Kyerematen is truly a cut above the rest and a person who doesn't engage in gutter politics. Hwɛ nsɛm a ɛkɔɔ so with shenanigans no a journalists for no kɔtena hɔ ɛne former president J.A. Kufuor kaka say Bawumia is the best no. Alan has risen above it and has subsequently met former President Kofo at the 100 or centenary celebrations of the return of Prempeh the First, Asantehene Prempeh the First. That was done by Utumfo Osei Tutu the Second. He organized an event, and President Kufuor attended, and Chief Alan John Kwadwo Kyerematen also attended. And Alan went to greet him, had some small talk, and went to take his seating position. So this is the mark of a leader, a great leader, someone who can rise above things that should not be condoned. Yes, because what former President Kufuor said was inappropriate. Because to tell us that Vice President Baumia is the best and not detail how, when we can see, we the people of Ghana can see with our naked eye that what former President Kufuor is saying, it's not true. Yebetumi hu say Baumia onye fit, onye adie, onhu so, wabon, niema nkoye, otwa ntro, etumi hu ni na. So President Kufuor say we're the best. How? Ah, sabe, omo dwen say ye Jimmy for wo hu. Ye Jimmy, ye nim yansa, ye ntumi hu ade. Ye ni efura nso aka ho. What bunkum? Now, I want to look at what has brought us where we are today. I want to go back into history because if you truly want to understand what is happening today, you must understand the history, where you came from, and why you're here today. That will show you the pathway. So I want to go back in history and look at what happened in 2007 at the New Patriotic Party primaries when they were choosing a flag bearer. And first, we're going to look at what happened. And so, watch this video and then we'll talk
Of
about
our
it
party,
after.
our beloved delegates, I wish to use this opportunity and this platform to congratulate my good friend and senior brother, Nana Adodankwa Akufo-Addo, for, for a hard-won and well-deserved victory in the first round of the elections this morning. As you've already been told, according to the rules of procedure under the constitution of our party, we are supposed to go into a second round contest. However, I wish to use this opportunity to concede victory to my brother. As I said earlier on, I wish to concede victory to my senior brother, Nana Adodankwa Akufo-Addo, in order for us to preserve the unity of our great party. Secondly, to preserve the scarce resources available.
Nkurɔfoɔ pii taa bisa sɛ na Alan John Kwadwo Kyerematen ɔkɔnsidi in 2007 sɛ ɔnkɔ second round abere a wɔne Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo ɛrepere sɛ ɔbɛyɛ flag bearer of New Patriotic Party NPP na ne yere no wɔ he. Sɛ moahu video no, na ne yere no Patricia Christabel Kyerematen na ogyina ne nkyɛn. not in nkyɛn. Nti, that is your answer. Afei deɛ yɛnhwɛ deɛ Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo ɔkaeɛ at the time ɛne nsɛm a ɛtoa so. Yɛntie.
What my predecessor flag bearer said to me many years ago, and I've never forgotten it. After our contest in 1998, came to my house, told me that he has to be president first before I become president. Alan, you follow me.
Wei deɛ masomo a sɛ mote deɛ Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo kaeɛ. Abra Alan concedie a wankɔ second round a wɔde flag bearership of New Patriotic Party NPP ma Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. Wote nsɛmhunu a Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo kae ɛnɛ yɛbɛtumi aka sɛ ɛyɛ nsɛmhunu because na wɔretwa ntorɔ. Obi a wakɔgyina stage so nansen ya sɛ ɔno deɛ wɔntwa ntorɔ. Wɔntwa ntorɔ sɛ. What Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo said that day in 2007 can be described in the English language as sweet nothings. If you make a promise that somebody will be next after you and you don't keep it, what does that make you? A big fat liar. Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, you are a liar. Not only have you lied to men, people in your political party who have now left, you have lied to the Most High God that you will build him a cathedral, and you haven't done so. And you have lied to the people of Ghana that you will eradicate Galamsey, and you haven't. And you will put your presidency down if you can't eradicate Galamsey. You are now at the end of your presidency. Have you eradicated Galamsey? Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, you are a big fat liar. I've provided you with the evidence, so what I've said concerning President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo is based on facts and evidence. It's not an insult. So don't let anyone take me out of turn.
1998, I told Sunani Kochaba, Shema Beyigo Mabudia, the candidate for 2000 election. The year right before, that's the 2000 campaign. How many years have I done that? Then I made a campaign right before. In 2011, around 2 a.m., I was woken up by the security guards of His Excellency the President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, way back in Bolga. When I went to see him, he was alone in the canteen of that famous hotel. We sat down to talk, obviously woken from sleep. And he said some profound things to me that evening. He said, Napo, Matthew Prempe, this party, you are the next generation. I'm going to give you some advice, pieces of advice this evening. And I hope you can stick to it. What were the advice or the pieces of advice? He said, My whole aim is to make sure when we get into government, we succeed ourselves. And I can only leave the party to one of three people. He proceeded to mention who he felt comfortable in 2011 to leave the party when he exits office. He's our second presidential candidate who is offering 8 years of competent leadership, 8 years of delivery. I can say without any converting that two of the three are representing and coming after him. That is Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia and my good self, Dr. Matthew.
Somewhat adia Dr. Matthew Poku Prempe Kanye Napo adia Napo Kanye 2024 year o nanu ya August ya August 2024 early August 2024 Abra New Patriotic Party launche Dr. Baumia Bold Solutions Manifesto nsɛm hunu wei nyame ɛna ate omoto napo ɛna ate omoto ɛna napo kɔgyina stage so simpie so kɔka saa nsɛm hunu wei na ɔdwen sɛ ɔka nyansasɛm so na onim sɛ ɔ expose ɔmo sɛ mafia tactics paa ɛna ɔmo yɛ wɔ New Patriotic Party wei it's in line with Ejapadeɛ document no Ejapadeɛ book no ɛne ne yɛ pɛ na wei in this situation na movie a mo sɛ monte aseɛ sɛ Alan John Kwadwo Kyerematen every New Patriotic Party mu with all this subterfuge, this sabotage, machinchim nneɛma ma undermine no since 2011, according to Dr. Matthew Poku Prempe Napo. Na mo say ɔntena hɔ saa obi a were one of the founding fathers of the party. Alan John Kwadwo Kyerematen is one of the founding fathers of New Patriotic Party. Now Odwin said he was working with decent people who have morals and standards, who keep their word. Not knowing that these people are people who are, word breakers. Their word is not their bond. Yes, he didn't realize that. He realized that too late, but it's never too late because if you look at the circumstances now in the country, it proves that these political parties, our duopoly, New Patriotic Party, NPP, and National Democratic Congress, have failed Ghana woefully. Woefully. 32 years of failure, 16 years apiece. So it is clear that the way of the political party is not assisting Ghana in any way, shape, or form. It only leads to create loot and shared schemes and bad results, junk status. So there's a saying in Twi, you say, Quatroka se Obama ontoma, tienidin, New Patriotic Party, National Democratic Congress, they are all bankrupt and bereft of ideas. It has been so since 1992 till now, 2024. Why should we continue to flog a dead horse? That is why it doesn't matter whether you vote for New Patriotic Party or National Democratic Congress. Enkoye Wogana until we change our mind and vote for unity government. Unity government is the only way that will help Ghana. These people have failed Ghana. This methodology doesn't work. Get it into your head, people of Ghana. This is all I've got to say. Let's move on.
But some of the subsequent decisions that were made were completely out of sync with my values and my tradition. So, for example, I bring an idea of one district, one factory. Brilliant idea. Incidentally,
This being my brainchild was actually started, I started it in President Kufuor's regime way back in 2004. Can you believe that after having come into power, the one district, one factory idea, which was going to be the mainstream project, a secretariat was set up in the office of the president to run one district, one factory. I said, over my dead one, you don't play that kind of game with me. I said, look, this is the mainstream activity of the ministry. How do you, who, have you ever heard businessmen going to office of the president to do what? What is the capacity of the office of the president to run an industrial project? I said, no, it is wrong. It doesn't make sense. How does the office of the president now become the controlling agency for? What capacity do you have in the office of the president to be running an industrial project? We fought over this for 3-4 years. I'm saying this openly because no one can challenge it. Everybody in the party knows about it. Look, can you believe that? With all the noise we made about one district, one factory, 2017, first day in office, not even one cedi was allocated to the one district, one factory program. Not even one cedi. If you look at all the flagship programs, free SHS, the least funded project was the one district, one factory.
Because
Because you are asking me, why? Why would we do that in a political party, especially not to somebody who has been a major pillar in the party? But, people may look and see me as a gentleman and things like that. But don't play that kind of game with me. Look, I've been around, not only in Ghana, in Africa, internationally, very well respected all over the world. You can't play that kind of game. So, fast forward, in the same government, we are doing this. There was a point in time where, at the beginning, they created a Ministry of Business Development. I went to the president and asked him, you have Ministry of Trade and Industry. What's the purpose of the Ministry of Business Development?
Alan John Kyerematen, you're too much of a diplomat. Unim reason potting. Omoye de omoye ye. Omu tu ase because they are going to put Vice President Dr. Baumia there. That was their plan from the beginning, to put Vice President Baumia as the flag bearer of New Patriotic Party, MPP, for the 2024 elections. So they were doing a plot to substitute you and throw you to the gutter. Yes, that is what New Patriotic Party were doing. And you know it. You're just being diplomatic because you're on TV, like you always are. But we know the truth. It is quite clear what they were trying to do. Now, let's go to Vice President Dr. Baumia. Let's take an example of something he said several years ago. Listen to this and watch this.
That Ghana has concluded discussions with PayPal, and Ghana will therefore, if all goes well, become one of the PayPal compliant countries in 2 phases. According to the roadmap presented by PayPal, by the second half of 2019, which is next year, Ghanaian merchants should be able to receive payments for their goods sold online. By the first half of 2020, Ghanaian consumers would be able to make payments for goods and services purchased online by the PayPal account. It is now up to us, the Bank of Ghana, GIPS, banks, fintechs, telcos, and merchants to make this happen within the time frame, and also to prepare ourselves for the opportunities it presents. I will ask GIPS to put together a working group of stakeholders to work to implement this roadmap. This presents exciting opportunities for Ghana, and we should take full advantage of it. We should see, amongst other developments, a major boost in e-commerce. We are indeed building a new and modern
Even
economy.
evidence and facts. So when I saw this video, from 2018 because Vice President Dr. Baumia was promising Ghanaians PayPal being officially in Ghana in 2019 second quarter. We're now in 2024. Where is PayPal in Ghana? If you promise that PayPal will be in Ghana and nothing materializes, it means it's the sweet nothings. You are lying. Ucha intro. Actually Ghana for. Enti, what does that make you, Dr. Baumia? So we'll say PayPal will be in Ghana in 2019. Na ene 6 years later, or minka 5 years later, na PayPal in Ghana. What does that make you? It makes you a liar. So I did a little check on the status of PayPal in Ghana. Na Osha, research and Mibisa question say, what is PayPal's status in Ghana and also in Nigeria? And it says PayPal status in Ghana and Nigeria differs significantly. Ghana, as of now, which is 1st December 2024, PayPal is not officially available in Ghana. Despite announcements made in 2018, this is artificial intelligence telling me that despite announcements made in 2018 by Vice President Mahamudu Bawumia that Ghana will become compliant with PayPal by 2020. These plans have not been realized. Ghana remains on PayPal's blacklist, primarily due to concerns over high incidences of credit card fraud, although there have been discussions about enabling PayPal services for Ghanaian merchants and consumers. As of late 2023, no updates have confirmed the launch or availability of full PayPal services in the country. Now let's look at Nigeria. Nti deɛ ɔmo ka ne sɛ ɛmfa ho ade a Vice President Dr. Bawumia kaeɛ in 2018. Up to now, 2018 to 2024, how many years? 6 years. Yɛni PayPal wɔ Ghana ha. Na sɛ woka kyerɛ me sɛ wobɛyɛ ade ama me 2018 na 2024 me nsa nkaeɛ a, what does that make you? A liar. Anyway, Yanko Nigeria. It says in contrast, PayPal became officially available to residents of Nigeria in July 2014. In July 2014, and Nigeria fonya PayPal. Prior to this, only Nigerians living abroad could access PayPal services. Currently, Nigerian users can send payments and make purchases online using their PayPal accounts. However, there are limitations. Personal accounts cannot receive funds directly, only business accounts can receive payments. Must be through a website, cart, rather than from other users directly. Enti Nigeria, omukra say they are the headquarters of 419. Omukra to me PayPal since July 2014. Na say Ghana, they yentumi nyaye. Hey, yaka ichiru. Enti na me pese me mo example. E kyerɛ wo sɛ Vice President Bawumia ɔnka nokorɛ. Otwa ntorɔ papapapapa. Ɔyɛ trɔfo.
Liar. Liar pants on fire.
Politician, why do you create loot and share? Yeah.
you know a good name is better than riches? Politician, why do you create, loot, and share? Don't you know a good name is better than riches? Oh, tell me why, oh why do you choose a path that's full of lies, full of lies?
Now, watch this video and I'll tell you the story behind it after.
Yeah, boy, come stand. Hey, master. Hold on. You don't know. You don't know. You don't know. Some say there. Oh, what is it? Who said it for something? Oh, I'm going to have them. I'm going to have them. I'm just going to have them. Okay. Remember, I'm going to just come. I'm going to say yes. Let's touch them. Yes, can make Timisica. But we always see from. What is happening? What is happening? Some here. That's very old. Me don't know. Hold on, this one is. Hold on, this one is. What is happening? Some here. What is happening? Some here. I said, put them some. Put them here. What is happening? Some here. Oh, I said, the ballot into proof. Who got the name? What the town is? What was coming from the you know, me one from foolish man like you. Who will know me one from? Some I don't remember example. For information center, I want to prove what is the one farmer. Who drive on the time. What will punish you? Also, ballot into proof of the good. By your most kind of one pastor. Ever permanent. What would you not have fine? One man got for fine. Or some pennies.
Alex Safo-Kantanka is the failed Jabin MCE nominee. There's an update on this case. The Office of the Special Prosecutor took this man, Alex Safo-Kantanka, to court after this viral video surfaced 3 years ago on corruption-related charges. Let's listen to the update. It says, and this comes from Joy Online, it says, judge transferred just before judgment delivery in OSP's, that Office of the Special Prosecutor's corruption case against Phil Drabin MCE nominee. Justice Priscilla Dikru Ofori, a judge who presided over the criminal trial of Alex Kwabena Safo-Kantanka for bribery, has been transferred just when she was due to deliver judgment. Mr. Safo, President Akufo-Addo's nominee to be the MCE of Drabin in the Ashanti region, was charged with 26 counts of election-related corruption before the High Court in Kumasi by the Office of the Special Prosecutor. Following the conclusion of the trial, judgment was expected on Thursday morning, November 28, 2024, until the only to be told the presiding judge had been transferred with a new judge in place. Mr. Safo-Kantanka faces multiple charges of corruption, including allegations of offering bribes to assembly members in an effort to secure their approval for his nomination as municipal executive for Drabin. The court had initially fixed today, Thursday, as the date to deliver judgment. However, during Thursday's sitting, the accused appeared with new legal counsel who argued that their client wished to file written submission, a task his previous counsel had failed to complete. The newly assigned judge, upon hearing the submissions, stated in open court that he was new to the case and required time to thoroughly review the docket. Consequently, the matter was adjourned to 20th January 2025, by which time a new government would have been installed after the December 7th election. It is recalled that in 2022, the OSP dragged Mr. Safo Tanka, who was charged with 26 counts of election related corruption, before the High Court in Kumasi. Mr. Safo Kantanka, who failed to secure the needed votes to become the MCE for the Draben Municipal Assembly in the Ashanti region, also after 2 rounds of voting in September and November 2021, was caught on camera demanding the return of monies he had paid to some members of the assembly to influence his confirmation. The suspect allegedly gave the elected members of the assembly 5,000 Ghana cedis each and gave 2,500 to each of the government appointees. That's 2,500 Ghana cedis. In a statement at the time, the OSP said the accused admitted gifting the indicated sums of money to the respective categories of the members of the assembly to influence the outcome of the election in his favor. Members of the Draben Municipal Assembly had, for the second time, rejected Safo Kantanka as MCE after he failed to reach the two-thirds threshold needed. He received 10 yes votes as against 15 no votes, with one ballot rejected. 20 out of the 26 assembly members boycotted the previous process, citing heavy security present at the venue. After the process, Mr. Safo Kantanka was captured in a viral video, this video demanding his money. The OSB said that the failed nominee went berserk and vented his wrath on the members of the assembly, angrily demanded a refund of the money he had gifted to them. The police arrested him and granted him self-recognizance bail on November 1st, 2021. The Kumasi High Court in June 2023 admitted as evidence a viral video in which the failed Draben MC nominee could be seen and heard demanding money from assembly members. So that's the background on this story, and that's the update. Emi Wanwa say obi a yɛwɔ evidence, cause video no yɛ evidence sɛ wodi saa nsɛmmɔne wei ɛna ampa corruption tag no deɛ ɛfete, cause video no a capture ɔno ara n'anum asɛm. Bible said, by your words you shall be justified, and by your words you shall be condemned. Papa wei, Alexander Safo Kantanka, the new masem condemning no. Na eme wanwa say Thursday, 28th November 2024, also mo ma judgment no, na judicial service eyi judge no free case no so de no ko baby for fraud. Hey, this smacks of interference from the executive in Jubilee House, because we are very close to the election. Ena enka judgment yi by 28th of November. Ena most likely no, guilty. And it will be a major blemish on the presidency of Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. Enti we say na wa manipulate judicial service no. Normal movie judge in free case so wait. You see, we have to think deeply about matters. And say here take explanations are our crooked leaders give us. Wait the question mark. Or say wohwe asɛm no wa wohwe asɛm na wohwe mu deep na woma wadwen dɔ because nneɛma na ɛkɔ so wɔ kurom ano ɛnyɛ normal. If there was a separation of powers between the judicial service and the executive, which is Jubilee House, I don't think say this will happen. One person more pretended now after the elections, no, now for the next year, new government up and no. Let's just say it doesn't have a blemish on the current administration, the ruling party of Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo of the New Patriotic Party. Say Omo ye corrupt because this is further evidence of corruption. Say when your judgment against you say we are corrupt. Video no is damning. There's only one description of the video, a damning video. It's a damning indictment. Enti we say ye jeli no, yan jeli no, yen Ghana for video in kwa chere it's evidence, it's a fact. It's a matter of fact. Say nominee of Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, failed nominee in the Jabin MCE race, Alexander Safo Kantanka, were corrupt. There's a saying in the Bible, says the anointing comes from the top and goes to the bottom. Inti say the all see a crampo MCE nominee, ye corrupt, and I just say the also honest way. People of Ghana, Minianum, ye hear a good leader, a person of integrity. And yes, sir, say ya nebeko. Say ya na yes say Ghana sika. Ye treating a rough. Ah, God have mercy on Ghana. Another thing that the workers in Tema Harbor, Tema Port are complaining about, not only the customers, is the overcharging in port duties. Listen to this lady. She's one of the protesters. The Tema Port workers have been protesting for a very long time about this. Listen to what this lady had to say.
Christmas is just the corner. So if it's 17 now, we can imagine December. And these shipping lines are the major cause because all the monies they collect, they put it in their vessels and then it goes. They don't even go through the banking system. In fact, they are the customers of the black market. And that is how come the dollar is so, is now scarce because of their activities. So if government is able to curtail their activities, the way even transfer the monies by way of giving to the vessels, which is illegal in the first place, I think the dollar will be okay and all of us will enjoy.
Anna, hey, Hopeson, Adoye, and in the family. Yame enkata omo so, yedi Yesu moja kata omo ho na. Saa New Patriotic Party fui. Chebi mafie fui, still omo pursue him. No. Enso nyame nti, nyame yi ne free mu because wedi ni papa pa echi. Wakodi Alan John Kojo Kyerematen echi. A man of integrity. Enti, hia ne hu ye omo ehi no. So nyame bɛko ama no, because God is a God of righteousness and justice. Psalm 33 verse 5 says, God loves righteousness and justice. The earth is full of his goodness. So justice and righteousness will prevail in this matter. Let the hand of God be strong upon Hopeson in Jesus' name.
O deɛ kɔ so saa kɔ so a na kɔ so na wobɛhu sɛ wiase no a ɛda hɔ no ɛnna hɔ kwa. One thing I believe in Bible was say all powers belong to God. Power bi a wasa asase so biara no Nyankopɔn dea. Nyankopɔn ɛdea. Etimi deɛ me maka masɛm me say wo ka me mɛmɔ double dose. Sɛ wo sɛ me menya accident ɛnhye na mehye a wode meyere ɛna ɛda ase a now you don't deserve to live on this land. You must suffer on this land. Wone wo yere nyina ɛsɛ sɛ mo suffer. Na afei de mo oma ayɛ naseɛ. I am saying it without fear of without fear. Me say ɛbɛto ne wo yere na wo ma bɛda ase. Wabɔ dam. One na dia hyehyɛ omu kwa wo timi nya kwan sɛ wo kwakoku mu bi. Ish. Ɛdi asɛm.
In conclusion, sɛ mokɔgyina ballot booth no mu on the 7th of December 2024 a mondwene ho ma nneɛma a ɛbɛma wɔatoɔ etia New Patriotic Party NPP ne National Democratic Congress ma saa nneɛma yi wei ɛmfa wo tim. Think about these things. Hwɛ kwan a ɔmafa so a since 1992 ɔmoba power a NDC ne NPP na ɔmo bɛdi yɛnya wo a wo vote no ɛdan na wobɛnya efiri NDC ne NPP amambu mu wonya huu cause nkurɔfo kumaa bi na edidi nti wo na woto aba no a awia ɛhye wɔ pampa mu ɛn mfifire tew no a wodi line mu for hours no kɔto aba a to aba pa. Vote very very wisely. Ma wadwen da hɔ na gyae deɛ ɔwɔ soro hɔ deɛ ɔwɔ mfimfini hɔ kɔ aseɛ hɔ. Aseɛ hɔ na bibi papa bia wɔ. Sɛ yɛyɛ meeting kora wie a da bia obi atwɛn item 13 obiara bɛdidi. Yes. Na unity government no deɛ yɛnaa yɛka ho o. Ɛmfa ho. Yɛnaa yɛka ho. Woyɛ sɔfo o, woyɛ farmer o, woyɛ prosini o, woyɛ soldier o, woyɛ businessman o, sɛ woyɛ student o, yɛnaa yɛka ho ɛna yɛbu ɔman no. That is the nature of unity government. Ɛna nkuro pii a yɛde yɛni kyerɛ sɛ nkuro wei yɛ ekuro a yɛadevelop. Ɛyɛ unity government ɔmde develop yɛ. Ɛnyɛ winner takes all NDC ne NPP type of situation governance na yɛde ebu saa man no. Enti wogyina ballot box mu a dwen deɛ ɛkɔ so wɔ Singapore sɛ na ɔmayɛ hɔ kama. Kae sɛ ɔmo ba Ghana hɔ o. Ɛbɛbisa Kwame Nkrumah kwan no. Enti hwɛ China. It took them 32 years to become China. Na Ghana after 67 years of independence, hwɛ baby yɛda because of corruption. And it's all undertaken by these two parties, National Democratic Congress and New Patriotic Party, since 92. 32 years of corruption. 32 years of cheating us. We no go sit down make them cheat us anymore. This time, no dear. Also Ghana for your shiny a new wide. They choose the right candidate, a person of integrity. Yabre ne krono no, nyansa krono no yabre. Inti, when you go to the ballot booth, enhwe baby hwe ase ho a na to aba na fa hye ballot paper no ballot box mu kama na kɔ because nyame ena behwe bibie mu ma obi andada o sɛ obi ani hɔ a ɔba government a obetwa free education. The can say we want the best for Ghana. And the only alternative to the situation where winner takes all is Alan John Kwadwo Kyerematen. Hwɛ deɛ Beninfoɔ ayɛ. Hwɛ deɛ Senegalfoɔ ayɛ a choose independent president. Let's all make Alan John Kwadwo Kyerematen the first independent candidate in Ghana who becomes the first independent president in Ghana. Na omachiti ya che. Na yɛnhwɛ sɛ na Alan bɛba abɛtoto nneɛma yie na wɔde ne great transformational plan no a transform Ghana kama. Nti nyame nhyira mu nnraa. Nyame nhyira mu nnraa. Nyame nhyira mu nnraa. And remember, Ghana first always. If you like this type of content, like, share, and subscribe. Also, feel free to comment. I will get back to you as soon as I can. All the best and see you in the next episode. Bye for now.
Father God, you're the judge of God.